Okay, I want to go over this. This is one that I own. This is SID. Um, Make sure everybody knows about oil and commodities and everything in Brazil taking a huge beating, and not only being a company from Brazil, but also being in the oil sector, it is just getting destroyed. The reason I like this trade, this is not going to be an options trade at all. This is not a short-term trade. This isn't a long-term trade. But for people that want to take a chance and put a little money in an investment, this is good. And let me explain why. Over the years, we've seen 17, 10, 5, and then now, it was low at 73 cents. It's 96 today. My average cost basis is right around $1 on this. Here's why I like it. I realize that these companies could either A, at this point, go out of business. They could get bought out. There's a few things they can do. But at these price levels, you're putting very little money to risk versus reward. I always talked about I like at least 3 times my money. This puts me at least 3 to 5 times my money minimum. Okay? And you can maybe get a free ride out of this, because if you get in, under $1, it goes to 2. You could take half the position off, let the rest run. There's a lot of scenarios. But before I get long in the tooth, let's look at the charts and let me explain why I do like this. At some point, the commodities are going to return to at least a significant rebound. Probably not all the way that we saw at the heyday of 2008 here, when it was over 120 a barrel for oil, and this was up to almost 26 bucks a share. Probably never going to see that. But if we get a nice recovery to maybe $5 or even to 10 in years to come, that would be a real nice reward for little risk. So this is a great play for somebody that just wants to put a little bit in and see what can happen on the commodities over the years. Let's take a look at the chart. Obviously it's bearish. There's no getting around it. What I like about it, this is on a weekly chart, and I know it's had a little bit of bumps here and there on a weekly chart and a little bit of runs from time to time. Right now this is going into where it looks to me like possibly on a weekly you're over 42 on the RSI. There's really, it's just really barely treading water, just like the rest of the commodities. It's basically a risk versus reward play. But what I'd like that I'd seen over the last couple of sessions, let's go to a daily. Okay, and on a daily, get the chart going here. Here we go. On the daily, I know that we've had these little runs before. Nice little runs here. I made a nice little run to $1.60 from the lows here. I took a little profit there. I'm back in with the cost basis of about $1 now, I would say, is my average. But what I like here on the daily is, one, we got a nice little candlestick, pulled back a little bit. Right now today it's down 5%. But this is looking like, if this holds up here at, let's say, about 88, 89 cents, I think we get a nice big run again, maybe to $1.40. And once we get over this 200-day moving average, that's when we can see a really nice upside tick to maybe what I thought was going to be around $2, and then long term could be maybe $5. Here's a $3 run. I like this area right here, about $1.75 to almost $2. It's more of a common area. This was kind of an overshoot there. So, but I just wanted to point this out. If in fact oil has started to maybe in time find the bottom at around 30 a barrel, which looks like we've had a couple of candlesticks, and today from yesterday we had a nice rebound, and this didn't sell off as much as it had in the past. So I think for the beginning player, or somebody that just wants to get in and put a little money to work long term, maybe doesn't have a lot to spend, or would just like to take a position in an oil with something that's really, really cheap, this could be one of them. So I'm going to stop the video with that and just kind of let everybody do some digging and some information. But I think that this is pretty good, and it's definitely worth at the price, risk versus reward. They're a good company. The debt, I'll let you look it up, but it's not that bad. They're really not that bad. So see what you think, and if it's for you, go for it. All right, have a good one, guys.